What's going on, everyone? So, the Lakers need a lot of things this offseason. Obviously, centers, wing depth, they need a lot, right? They need role players, just upgraded role players, athleticism, right? Bench depth, you name it, right? But they also need to develop a level of consistency. And this has been a problem for years now, right? Through multiple coaches, through multiple iterations of this team. I don't know what it is, right? But a big problem that the Lakers have had the last few years has been the lack of showing up on a nightly basis, playing down to your competition. We talked about it and seen it a ton, right? That the Lakers love to play, right? Like they go and play the Oklahoma City Thunder in OKC. They beat them by 40. They look like the best team in the NBA. And you're like, wow, this team is ridiculous, right? But then they go and they play Chicago and they look like one of the worst teams in the league, or Utah or whatever. And it's just like, what are we doing here, right? And then consistency throughout quarters, right? Like Lakers would have a great first quarter, terrible second, or great first half, terrible second half. Right? Or terrible first half, but excellent second half. It's just like there's flip-flopping and they're just all over the place. And again, there's no real consistency. Every team has stretches, has moments, particularly over an 82-game season, right? Every team has, unless you win 70 games, right? Like you're going to have stretches where you lose 3 games in a row or whatever, right? It happens to the best of them, and that's fine. Even the best teams lose randomly to one of these bottom teams or, have a 30-point lead and blow it, right? Boston last year had blew 2 or 3 of them, 30-point leads, right? So, and they won the championship. It happens, but it just feels like it happens more to the Lakers than anywhere else. And it's not something that's just like, oh, because we're Laker fans, we just feel that way. No, again, do this for a living. I do a lot of other teams. I watch basketball all day, every day, talk about it on various channels and all that stuff. It's the Lakers pretty regularly, right? Like the Lakers just love to play down to their competition. And we've seen that come and bite them in the behind too often because when you have those inconsistencies, right? Last year, not this year, last year, right? One of the things that I talked about going into the playoffs is my big concern is the Lakers have really struggled to play 48 minutes of basketball, right? All season long. You saw, right? At first it was terrible first halves and starts, excellent closes. And then that flip-flopped and it was excellent starts, but terrible closes. And then, it just kept flip-flopping back and forth. And I was like, my concern is we're going to go and play Denver. That never got corrected. And then we're going to end up running into Denver and that's going to be an issue. And we ran into Denver and that was an issue, right? And you saw the Lakers at halftime. The Lakers sweep Denver if the games were over at halftime. Sweep them, right? Every game they were up at halftime and then just got ran through in the second half, right? Minnesota, right? Fourth quarters were a huge issue for the Lakers, which is crazy because you have LeBron, Luka, and Reeves, but it was a big issue for the Lakers, right? Like those type of things, you're just like, come on, right? Like get your stuff together. Get yourself together. We need you to put together a competent, 48 minutes of basketball, competent just array of basketball because the Lakers are just you don't know what quarter there's going to be an issue, but you know that there's going to be a quarter that's going to be an issue. And that's the problem. A lot of that is just, I think, gets resolved with better depth, better bench, more athleticism, better interior size, right? I think it's a combination of stuff because the Lakers this year in particular, right? When you don't have a complete roster, you have all these holes, you have to work harder in order to mask those holes and mask those flaws. And over an 82-game season, that becomes a more glaring issue, right? And I also think you can kind of equate that to kind of the last few years, period, right? Great example. 2020, year the Lakers won the championship. Now, obviously, this is the 2020 Lakers. We'll see what the Lakers do this offseason, but Lakers were undefeated when they had a lead going into the fourth quarter. They were literally unbeatable, right? Like the Lakers, when they were leading at halftime, were like, I think it was like something crazy, like 79-3 or something crazy like that, right? Like the Lakers were really good and you saw it, but it was a complete team, right? They put together 4 quarters. Did they have a quarter here and there? Sure. Did they have a game here and there? Sure. It happens, right? But for the most part, you knew that that team was going to show up. Well, you fast forward to the last few years and you've had this kind of incomplete team, right? D'Lo and Reeves, can they coexist in the backcourt? You don't really have athleticism, right? You have all offense, no defense, right? Like, and you start going down the list of flaws and issues that this Lakers team has. And it's like, okay, well, the Lakers have to work twice as hard to put together a complete game, right? So more often than not, they're not going to work that hard to do a complete game. They're just going to kind of preserve themselves for, the fourth quarter. Because, I mean, we saw a lot of times, too, like the Lakers would just play like 3 quarters of basketball. You're just like, what is happening right now? And then, like, the fourth quarter would come along and you'd see a completely different Laker team, right? I mean, really the last few years again. I mean, how many times did we talk about, like, the fake comebacks? Lakers are down 20 going to the fourth quarter and all of a sudden they're tied and you're like, no way they're about to come back and win. And it's like, dude, if they just played that for like 2 quarters, we win that game. But they did it. They only did it for 12 minutes instead of like 24 or 48 minutes. Right? And it's like, why? Why is this happening? And I think a lot of that has to do with just the lack of a complete team, lack of a complete roster. Right? And now I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this year, we're going to go into a team that has just better athletes, better versatility, legit size and centers, and not as many holes. Again, bad games, bad moments, bad nights happen. That's fine. You're going to have a lead. There's going to be a game here and there where you're up 20 and you lose it. That's fine. It happens, right? But, how regular is it? My hope is that the Lakers really work hard this offseason to correct what they need to correct, build out and flush out this roster in the level to the degree that they need to build it out and flush it out. And then that can transition into the level of just play throughout the course of the season that we need to put together and string together just a better 82 games. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What I feel what your thoughts. Agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. Me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.